This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
We're tough, but I knew that eventually the day would come where I could say to my fellow Nevadans, that method has paid off. In Nevada, that day is today. Yesterday's economic forum proved that our crisis management, strategic budgeting decisions, and most importantly, the shared sacrifices of every Nevadan in the last 14 months has resulted in the state having $586.2 million more than we thought we would have when we first created this budget in December. $586.2 million. Members of the Economic Forum, many of whom jokingly say they are often delivering doom and gloom news, announced that they are feeling confident about Nevada's economic recovery. In addition to the unbelievable increase in projected revenue, state economists also highlighted other signals of our economic recovery, including crediting the successful rollout of COVID-19 vaccine as one of the driving factors to cause consumer confidence to jump to a 14-month high. The projected increase in revenue for the state is a signal of the start of our comeback, and it's no accident. We are on track to have all capacity and economic restrictions in the state lifted by June 1st. A full reopening of our economic sector is less than a month away. Many conventions have announced their plans to return, and our businesses are coming back. But while we celebrate this moment, we can't allow ourselves to forget the struggles we faced in the last 14 months. And that's what I want to talk about now, how we move forward knowing what we know today. We have been at this point before, where we're slowly exiting a crisis and beginning to see the light ahead. And what we've learned from the past is that the decisions we make now will determine how prepared we are for the next challenge, how fiscally stable our state is, how much we can prevent future generations from having to face the tough decisions we had to make in the last year. So as we plan how to utilize the new state funding to our state from increased revenue projections and federal funding, we must remember that spending is easy, investing is hard, but investing in will always be worth it. Nevada, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to utilize the funding we have to transform our state. But it will require us to break the patterns of the past. And that's what I want to commit to Nevadans here in this moment. I am committed to changing our systems, our systemic issues that make Nevada the hardest hit state in the nation when there's an economic downturn. So I'm asking leaders to take the approach of responsible families throughout the state who are also making their comeback right now. The many Nevadans who got their jobs back and for the first time in a while are taking home a paycheck to their families. I'm asking that we take thoughtful approaches with our funding, the same way these families are. Families are using their paychecks to pay off their credit cards, put some money aside, and invest in repairs they had to delay over the past year. And they're stabilizing their financial situations to get back to normal. We need to take the same approach. We need to refill our savings account, pay off our debts, and restore the difficult cuts that we suffered in areas like mental health and education. We need to bring our state back to a baseline. And we also need to fix what's broken by investing in new systems, including the one at Dieter. As we use these funds to stabilize our state's fiscal situation in the immediate, we then need to ensure our recovery process brings along every Nevadan, especially those who have been the most negatively impacted by this pandemic. Yesterday's Economic Forum showed us that those in our state who make the most were impacted the least, and those who make the least were impacted the most. We will not recover if we do not use these funds to build a state that gives them every opportunity to succeed. Expanding child care, helping small businesses, investing in community-based services. There's no doubt Nevadans are resilient, which has been proven repeatedly throughout the ups and downs in our state's history. When you're the state that usually is as the hardest hit in the crisis, the people have no choice but to become resilient. But I know Nevadans are probably tired of having to be resilient all the time. That's why I want to make our state more resilient so our residents don't have to be. Before I close this address, I want to take a moment to talk about our COVID-19 vaccine rollout. As I've mentioned, the speed and efficiency that the vaccine rollout was a key factor in the positive economic forecast announced yesterday. As of today, more than 45% of eligible Nevadans have initiated vaccination, and more than 1/3 of eligible Nevadans are fully vaccinated. I want to encourage all Nevadans who may not have yet chosen to get their COVID-19 vaccine to consider speaking to their pharmacist or their physician. If you still have questions, Nevadans can also visit nvcovidfighter.org to learn more about the COVID-19 vaccine and to schedule an appointment. Vaccination just doesn't protect you from COVID-19 as an individual, it also protects the people around you. When you're fully vaccinated, you're much less likely to get infected and much less likely to spread the virus. Increasing the number of Nevadans who are vaccinated against COVID-19 will help reduce the potential for more Nevadans to get sick and die. Every shot in the arm puts us one step closer on our path to full recovery. Thank you for your time today. As always, I am so grateful to be your governor, and I look forward to the challenges ahead to make sure we set Nevada up for success for generations to come. Thank you. Go get your vaccine. God bless.
You just heard from Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak on the economic recovery, an update that we have been discussing this morning. We have all of this information on our website on lvrj.com, so make sure you go to that for even more details about this update. And as always, we will have more for you this evening at 7 p.m. You can also download our free RJ mobile app to get news alerts sent straight to your phone. And as always, you can find us on Roku, Apple TV, and all of your favorite digital platforms. I'm Renee Summerhour. Thank you for joining us.
You've been watching breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.